everybody, today I'm going to show you guys how to make a real life Elsa just by using your own pencil colors. What you're going to need is to start off with a light blue color just to draw the outline of Elsa. We're going to start off with her face, which is a small like heart shape, and she has like middle strokes of her hair going back into a braid up front. So what we're going to do is make her heart type shaped face with just outlining with this blue pencil color. And what you guys are gonna do is make the section where her ear is gonna separate. So I'm gonna round this off and just end it where her ear is gonna be, and I'm just gonna start off with her neck region by just fine lining the chin. Now her neck starts off with just a single line rolling up front, with the second coming from the ear, and we are just gonna make a small shoulder because she has a delicate shoulders, and she has a big face and big eyes. So these are just some of the features that make prominent the character Elsa from Disney. Now what we're gonna do is make where her position of her hands are. It's the most famous, her posture that most of the posters you guys would have seen. Now what I'm gonna do is separate the section in which her braid is gonna come, and I'm just gonna go with adjacent linear lines. I'm just gonna go with it, and I'm gonna correct them after later. So what we're gonna do is start off with the middle of the central heart shape, and I'm gonna make crisscross and a puff type shape where her hair is going back. Her hair is like taken about from back, and there's a braid up front, as I've told you guys before. So we are just gonna make those prominent features prominent so we could adjust them later. So you're going to use this by sectioning her face by two lines, and you're going to, mark where her nose is. What you guys are going to do is use a light pencil like this one so you could erase it easily, or you could, overdraw it, overcolor it easily. Now for this, this is a, really different video. All I'm going to use is just pencil colors. There is no outlining much. Just take out your pencil colors. Don't be afraid which brand it is, because all you guys gotta do is need a variety of it. Make sure they're more than 12. They're like 24 shades in it, and yeah, that's what you guys are gonna need. Now what we're gonna do is section the eyes where her eyes are gonna be. Her eyes are really big, so it's gonna take most of the part of her forehead till her cheeks. Now what we're gonna do is draw her, upper lips, and we're gonna make sure that half of her face is like behind it. So we're gonna make the left lip a little bit, shorter than the right one, because it's gonna show that her face is turning. And yeah, so the lower lip is gonna be just like a smile shape with a little bit of puffiness in it, which we're gonna draw. What you're gonna do is just go with the basic outlines. I'm gonna correct her cheeks because her cheeks are really bulky on her nose line, and yeah, that's how it goes. There's a little bit of strokes of hair out from the central part, and there are some section of the crisscrossing of her braid. So that gives off much of an Elsa trademark features. So yeah, that's what you're gonna do. Now what I'm gonna do is come off, and I'm gonna just adjust how her braid is gonna be. It does not has to be much clear, because this is like you're putting your initial lines, like this is where I'm gonna start from, this is where I'm gonna end from. So it does not have to be that much correct. You don't have to be extra conscious about it. Relax and enjoy this video, and I know you guys can do it anyway. So yeah, now this is where her braid is gonna end, and yeah, it's not that much long. It's like a normal, length. Her hair length is really normal. It does not compete the size of Rapunzel, so you don't have to worry about that. And we're just gonna make sure her half of her ear is there, and half of her ear is covered in the hair which is going through the braid. Well, now there's gonna be no strokes behind her jawline, and that's all that's gonna be. Now her hair are just messed up by the portion where her forehead at the center part of it, while the rest of her hair is very clear and clean. Now what I'm going to do is divide the sections where her clothes are going to be, where her hand is going to be. Now what I'm going to do is make sure that her trademark sign, where her hand, official, it's a posture that most of the Disney products have been using. So yeah, that's why I choose this position for this drawing, because yeah, this is most the concerned part. So I'm gonna just draw her hand, and I'm gonna make sure it's it does not look too much weird, and it's gonna be accurate as if I'm holding it. You can take anything as a reference. You can even take your own hand as a reference. Don't worry about it much if you're googling it and the stuff doesn't satisfies you or makes sense to you. So now we're gonna get started with using our black pencil as making her eye line and her lash. She doesn't have much of a lash. Elsa does not have much of a lash because she has a fleek, I guess. Yeah, it's a fleek, and by the end of it she has a delicate line under her underlash, and that's my cat bothering me. So you guys might understand it was really hard making this. Anyways, so what I'm gonna do is make a thick line of lash, and I'm gonna add the fleek at the end when I know if my thickness is accurate, if it's enough or not. Now I'm gonna go towards the lower lash line, and what I'm gonna do is make a series of thickness in it, because it gives her eyes a little more shine to it. Now you guys have seen most of the Disney movies, and they have this shininess into it because there's a gap and intervals between their lash lines and stuff. So yeah, that's the trick to it. Now I'm gonna go towards just making some intervals of her eyeball, and I'm gonna make with this pupil. So what you're gonna do is not just render all of your pencil to it and make a huge outline to it. You gotta give gaps where the thickness is gonna go less or full. So yeah, I need you guys to concentrate on characters, how they make those special effects or not. So after I've highlighted some parts of it, what I'm gonna do is adjust the thickness of the fleeks. And yeah, I'm just gonna make some portions where I'm gonna divide her pupil with her eyeline and everything. So I'm gonna just darken that part up, and we're just gonna adjust everything so her eye looks natural. It should not look like as if you just downloaded it and you just copied it. No way. So there must be a little bit of neatness, more of a precision in your drawing. So I'm gonna take this pointer, and it has a large nib. You can take any pointer with a large nib, and you're gonna just point out the darkening part of the pupil. Later it can be adjusted by just adding pencil colors of different shades, even black, so you could give a proper position to it, as if the eye is deepening or getting bigger a bit. So what I'm going to do is add a little blue color towards her eyes, and what I'm going to do is arc a darker shade around it, giving it a much deeper, in-depth look, because this character, she has in-depth eye color as if of the sea. It also has some green and sky blue color to it, so we're gonna add those. Now what I'm gonna do is give a fine line precision in the shine of the eyes, and I'm just gonna make a little boundary towards the pupil, so it gives off a nice fresh look, and it gives a 3D effect to it. Since these cartoons are 3D, and what you're going to do is make sure such precision and accuracy. I'm going to take a white line to separate the color papers, shade of white towards the eyes and giving it in more depth. I'm going to use the purple liner to make that eyeshadow. Now Elsa has a purplish pink eyeshadow which matches her skin contour. so that gives her much of a livelier and queen of ice kind of look. So that's what we're gonna give. We're gonna make sure it is blending with the skin color. So I'm using a peach skin color from Faber-Castell, and I'm gonna just use that to depth the shades. Now the thing is, I mostly use Faber-Castell because they blend in a lot. I've used a lot of companies, so you guys can try it if you do, because it's gonna give you good results within the blending. Some pencil colors don't blend into each other, so I recommend you guys to use Faber-Castell for such 3D dimensional, in-depth coloring art. So I've been doing this coloring shades between these two, so they give off us a new color, but they are adjusting between each other. Now what I'm going to do is dark the ends, the end of her line which meets the fleek, and the front of the eye. So it gives us like in-depth, a darker shade as if her eyes are rising. So now I'm going to use a dark purple color to add more of the depth, and I'm going to use brown to make it much darker, as if her skin tone is being recognized, it's appearing up towards it. So now what I'm going to do is start off with her brow line, and what I'm going to do is her lower brow line, which goes off behind the eye. Now what I'm going to do is make a definition in it. There is some of the part where it matches the skin color. So after that, I'm going to add some skin color to it, so the brow is adding to it, because it's not some, perfected makeup look towards it. But Elsa does have a natural look towards her eyebrows and her eyeline. So we're gonna add some peach skin color, and I'm just gonna raise those parts where our color is being too much rosed. Now I'm going towards making it more and more peachy and more, blending towards it, so we can make the perfect eyebrow. Now what I'm gonna do is start off with her cheeks, and first of all we're just gonna do is fill the portion where you have done those light blue outline of her face. Now what you guys gonna do is, if you guys want to make her cheekbones in bend, you're gonna put your pencil direction towards that way. Now most of people don't explain this, but I think I should, because when you're making her cheeks, if you're going to make it outside a bit, what you're going to do is put a lot of depth in it on one side, and if you guys want to make a cut shape towards a jawline, what you're going to do is put the pencil perpendicular or horizontal. Enough with my cat bothering me. I think I should okay. Let's continue on this video now, I guess. Okay, with my cat gone now, I think I can work. Now what I did is I took the brown color, and what I did was I just put a lot of fleek to it. Now what I do is I just don't start off with making the boundary or coloring it much. You gotta start out with the base and start lining to the inner side of the line. And seriously, when you just go up towards it, you're gonna add much more depth in it. Now what I'm gonna do is take a black color and make much of her, there's lines of having a few hairs, and that gives your character much of a realistic 3D look. So guys, make sure you do that. And yeah, so yeah, enough of that. I think you guys can take some nice makeup tips from seeing my art tutorials, so yeah, that's pretty cool. And now what I'm going to do is add more depth towards the line where her eyeshadow is placed, and that gives her a much nicer look. Now what I'm going to do is take a pencil, and we're going to make the boundary of the nose. I'm going to start off with making her, portions, and now what I'm going to do is fill in that, so I could know her nose is rising, and later on when we add colors to it, it's going to give off much of a final look. So with that around, we're gonna giving her nostrils, we gotta put out those lines, and we're gonna keep on filling it. Another quick tip that it is to it is you guys can also use your hands or the tips of your fingers to actually blend the pencil colors, and the pencil colors quite blend along with each other, so that's not much of a problem, and you guys should know that. Now what I'm gonna do is mostly for like, you gotta give her face like a minute or two to just keep on, trying different directions and keep on blending her face, taking out those cheekbones, taking out her, contoured lip line, and you're gonna just take a minute and you guys are gonna keep on blending the colors. Make sure you use your pencil color softly on the paper, because the more sharp you make it, the more of hard it is to make it blend. So I hope you guys take these 2 quick tips. Number 1, use your hands for blending. Number 2, don't add too much pressure, and make sure the tip of your color pencil is not sharp. Make it smooth, make it round. It's the best. Now what I'm gonna do is, now there's a line of her shoulder where the shade of her head comes, so we're gonna make that portion dark of her shoulder, and we're gonna make the region on which her neck rises a little bit a shade there. So yeah, it gives off much of a 3-dimensional and beautiful look to her face. And now what I'm gonna do is color the upper lip line with a red pencil color. So yeah, so after doing that, what I'm gonna do is make some more detailing into it, so her face and her cheeks can make a beautiful smile towards it, making a really beautiful 3-dimensional look towards it. Now I hope you guys enjoyed watching this first part. If you guys want to see the whole complete video within this series, so I mentioned you guys to check out part 2, learn to draw Elsa. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed watching this video, make sure to subscribe and like. And yeah, see you in my next video. And if you guys want to know which part, where you can find it, click on Zubiart Shahzad, and it's right down, it's my channel, and you're gonna get the video and you can find it there. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. Bye bye.